Well, hello everybody. This is Linda from North Central Texas. And I've got all of these tomatoes and they're getting too ripe. So what I thought I'd do is go ahead and make me up some pasta sauce. And I can just store it in a jar in the refrigerator till I get ready to use it. So that's what we're going to do. First of all, I've already cut up my onion because I always cry when I cut up my onions. These have already been washed. I'm just going to peel them. Now, the easy way to do this is to put these tomatoes in a pot of boiling water and just, the skin comes right off. I'm not going to go to the trouble to do that now because I think I've done it in one of the videos already, and you've already seen how easy it is to get this peeling off of the tomatoes when you do that. Just put a pot of boiling water on your stove, bring it to boiling, turn the burner off, put your tomatoes in it just for a couple of minutes. I'm peeling these and I'm cutting them up a little bit because I don't want whole tomatoes in here to cook. I think you can see what I'm doing. I got out my big frying pan for this because I was afraid I had too many tomatoes to go in a smaller one. But I may not. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how many I got once I get them cut up. I may switch out and get that smaller pan over there. These tomatoes are peeling pretty good. But you'll be able to use this sauce for pizzas, for pasta. are juicy. My hands are clean though. I got juice running all over them. I might have could just run hot water in the sink and put them in it and they'd have been okay. The peelings would have come off, but they're coming off pretty easy the way it is, so it's all right. I'm sorry, y'all. It's taking me so long to get these peeled. But, you know, hey, that's cooking. You can't rush things when you're cooking. Just about got them. My mom made homemade tomato sauce for whatever she needed a spaghetti sauce or tomato sauce for. Spanish rice, spaghetti, you name it. She made it all from scratch. Now, she did make her own noodles. She bought those in a box, but the tomato sauces came from tomatoes right out of the garden. And she canned tomatoes in the summertime. So in the winter, if she wanted to make some sauce to make spaghetti, she'd just open a can or two of tomatoes that she had canned the summer before. Now, you can put bell pepper in these as well. I used up my bell pepper that I had in something else. But you don't have to. But some people like bell pepper chopped up in their spaghetti sauce or tomato sauce. Now, what I've got here is my garlic. And this was fresh garlic that I had peeled the other day. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of oil. And this is olive oil in my pan because I'm going to brown my onions and my garlic. In this pan. As soon as I get my garlic, my onions in there. Chop up my garlic just a little bit. And I'm just slicing it just a little bit. And this is maybe 5 little cloves of garlic. You know, the little cloves, not the whole bulb. Well, I got all my spices on the wrong side tonight. Let me get everything moved over here. I was going to have the camera on the opposite side and changed it the last minute. It's still wet. I think you can see the pan and everything from this angle better. And I think I needed the bigger pan so you could see a little better too. So that's one like medium-sized to small onion chopped up. And it's just a plain yellow, white, or white onion. Use either one. My mom always used the yellow onions, and that's what I've had a habit of buying, so that's what I use. Some people told me if you buy the white onions, they don't make your eyes burn as bad when you cut them up. I've never noticed whether they do or not. So... yeah, but when I get through with this, it'll be a sauce, a tomato sauce that you can use for anything. You can use it for your pizza, your spaghetti, any type of pasta that you need a tomato sauce for. And I'm not going to really actually brown these, but I want to cook them enough that it brings out the flavor of the garlic and the onions. Now I am going to dump my tomatoes in there. And see, I'm glad that I got the bigger frying pan because I needed it. And like I said, you can do this in a pot if you prefer to do it in a pot. You could probably stir it easier in a pot, I don't know. But I've got Italian seasoning. That's got all your, basically your Italian spices. Your oregano. Let's see what it does have in there. Ingredients. I can't pronounce some of it. marjoram or oregano, thyme, rosemary, savory basil, and sage. So always keep Italian seasoning around, because I'm always fixing some kind of an Italian dish that I need Italian seasoning for. It doesn't want to come out too good. I've got a bay leaf that I'm going to put in there. Just regular old bay leaves. That's how you can see that. Trying to get it in focus. I'm going to drop 2 of them in there. I can get hold of the other one. There you go. I'm going to put garlic powder, because again it has a different taste than just the fresh garlic. I've got, I'm sorry, that was, well, that was, I thought I got onion powder. I got 2 garlics out instead of the onion. Here we go. This one is the onion powder, y'all. And I probably put about a half a teaspoon of each one in there. It looks like I'm shaking on a lot more than what I am. I got pepper. And we got salt. Got about a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm also going to put a little bit of sugar. Just regular white sugar. Sprinkle in about a tablespoon. Give that a good stir. Smells good already. It smells like tomato sauce or pasta sauce with all those spices and garlic. And like I said, depending on how much of this you make at a time, you can do it in a pot. You know, you can saute your onions and your garlic in the bottom of the pot before adding your tomatoes. And now we just need to cover this over and let it cook for a while. Because what we do, we want the tomatoes to cook just all to pieces, and we want some of the liquid to cook out of it. Because we want it to be like a creamy consistency of a pasta sauce, not watery like it looks right now. And it'll look that way when I get it done. So I'm going to put my lid on it, and we're going to just let it simmer for a bit. And we'll come back. Well, hello, we're back. And my spaghetti or tomato sauce has been cooking for about an hour or so. I basically cooked most of the water out of it. And it's still kind of lumpy because all of those tomatoes didn't cook, you know, down to it like a sauce. But that's not to worry. I'm going to take the bay leaves out because you don't eat the bay leaves. They're just for seasoning. And I know I got 2 in there, so where's the other one? There it is. So you get those bay leaves out. And I'm just going to dump it right in my blender. And what that's going to do is all the pieces that are left kind of big, it's just going to turn them into sauce. Whoops. And I wasn't thinking about pouring this out into the blender when I was cooking it in this big pan, because that's a trick in itself. So you just want to cook it down till it's not so watery. And I'm going to try to get it in here in this blender. Without dropping it all over the kitchen. There, I guess that'll do it. Now, put my lid on it. And I don't like the way it sprays it all up like that, but you know, you can't help it. Get it to drop all the way back down. That's a good consistency, but I got to rinse this out a little. I don't want it to dry in there. And I am going to put it in a jar, I think. Move this out of the way so I can get to my jar. Might fit in there. May have a little bit more than that, but I never can get my camera in the right place, y'all. And I've got a it's not a real wide mouth, a regular jar one, but I had a plastic one. And I've got 2 or 3 of these little funnels, so I cut the bottom off a little so I could use it in a jar like that. I'm not sure. I may want to use this jar because it'll hold more. And I'm not sure it'll all fit in this little one. So we'll use the big one. And like I said, I was not going to fix pasta or anything right now, but I wanted to do something with my tomatoes before they got too ripe. But I just wanted you to see that. See the consistency of my sauce? It's not watery. It's basically like the sauce you would see that you bought at the store. And this may not even fill this jar up in half. I don't know which one I should use. I don't want to use the big jar if I don't have to. We'll try this one. I think it'll be big enough. Yeah, it's only going to fill this one up halfway. A little over halfway. But that is basically a regular size jar that you get at the store of pasta sauce. I had a little burnt piece on there I wanted to get off. But when you work this hard on getting stuff like this, you want to make sure you scrape out every bit of that goodness out of your blender. You don't want to leave anything in there. And I've pretty much got everything I can get out of there. But I want you to see how thick it is. Look in here, how it's stuck to the little funnel. It's so thick it kind of sticks. That's the way you want your sauce. You don't want it watery. And I got to taste it, y'all. Oh, yeah. That's going to be some good pasta or good spaghetti with that sauce. But see, out of those tomatoes, I probably got a full jar of one of the smaller jars of pasta that you would get. I got 3/4 of this jar, which is pretty good. I don't know how many ounces that is. But this is something you can do with if you have tons of tomatoes out of your garden, you can use a big pot, fix your tomato sauce in your big pot, and can it. Fix it like that, put it in your jars, put it in a canner, seal your jars, and you've got tomato sauce for pasta, spaghetti, pizza, or any of that stuff for the wintertime when your tomatoes are gone. Or you can just cook your tomatoes and can them, make your sauce later if you want. I like the idea of making my sauce and putting it in a canner. But that's what I got for you. And that, that container, it was a bowl of tomatoes that big, made almost a quart jar of pasta. So, and as good as it is, it's well worth the time and effort. So I'll see you on my next one. Love y'all. Bye.